Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to speak to you about a divine responsibility, one that is foundational not only to the family but to the very fabric of our communities and nations. Fatherhood is not just a biological role, it is a calling, a mandate from God to lead, nurture, and build. Dr. Myles Munroe often taught us that leadership begins at home, and the father is the primary leader in the family unit. When a father understands his purpose, his role transcends provision. It becomes about vision, character, and legacy. The strength of any society lies in strong families, and the strength of families begins with a father who embraces his role with wisdom, love, and courage. Today, I invite you to journey with me as we explore how fatherhood shapes identity, fosters community, and lays the foundation for generations to come. Fatherhood is much more than simply being a biological parent. It is a divine calling, a sacred responsibility entrusted to men by God Himself. This role goes far beyond providing basic needs such as food, shelter, and protection. Fatherhood is a leadership position within the family unit, and leadership, as Dr. Myles Munroe often emphasized, always begins at home. A father is called to be the spiritual, emotional, and moral guide of his household. He sets the tone for the family culture, defines its values, and models the character traits that his children will carry into the world. When a man steps into fatherhood, he is stepping into a role that demands intentionality and purpose. It is not a passive position, but an active mission that shapes the future of his children and the legacy he leaves behind. God designed the father to be a provider, protector, teacher, and example. All roles that require wisdom, courage, and sacrifice. The father's leadership influences not only the family, but also extends into the community because families are the building blocks of society. When fathers fulfill their role effectively, they contribute to the creation of strong, healthy communities. In this leadership role, a father is called to guide his family through life's challenges with vision and stability. He must lead by example, demonstrating integrity, discipline, and love. These qualities provide a solid foundation for children to develop confidence, respect, and responsibility. The father's role is to nurture a safe environment where children can thrive emotionally and spiritually, where they feel valued and understood. When fathers engage deeply in their children's lives, offering guidance and correction, they help shape individuals who can positively influence their peers, schools, workplaces, and ultimately, society. Leadership within the family also means taking accountability. A father cannot abdicate his role or leave it to chance. He must be intentional about his presence and involvement, recognizing that his influence is critical during the formative years of his children. Dr. Myles Munroe often reminded us that the world suffers because many men never fully embrace the leadership role of fatherhood. The absence of this leadership leaves a void that affects not only families, but the entire community. Children without strong fathers often struggle with identity, self-worth, and direction. They may face greater risks of engaging in destructive behaviors because the primary model for discipline and moral guidance is missing. Furthermore, fatherhood as a divine calling includes the spiritual dimension. A father is the spiritual head of his household, responsible for nurturing faith and values that align with truth and righteousness. This spiritual leadership involves teaching children to live with purpose, integrity, and a sense of destiny. It is through the father's example and instruction that children learn about respect for authority, the importance of hard work, and the power of perseverance. The father's faith and principles become a guiding light in the lives of his family, anchoring them in times of uncertainty and challenge. The role of a father, therefore, is multidimensional. It encompasses emotional support, moral guidance, spiritual leadership, and practical provision. It requires a man to rise above selfishness and embrace the full responsibility of shaping the future generation. Fatherhood is not accidental, It is purposeful and deliberate. It is a sacred trust that, when fulfilled, has the power to transform not only families but entire communities and nations. This divine calling demands that fathers lead with courage, humility, and love. It calls for men to be present, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, in the lives of their children. It means investing time, energy, and resources to build a family culture rooted in respect, discipline, and encouragement. This leadership role is not a burden but a privilege, one that carries eternal significance because the impact of a father's guidance echoes through generations. Fathers play a pivotal role in shaping the character and identity of their children. From the earliest moments of life, a child looks to their father not just for protection and provision, but as a primary example of how to navigate the world. The father's behavior, attitudes, and values deeply influence how a child perceives themselves and their place in society. This process of identity formation is fundamental because it determines how children will relate to others, handle challenges, and make decisions throughout their lives. The father's presence in a child's life provides a sense of security and belonging, which is essential for healthy emotional development. When fathers actively participate in nurturing their children, offering love, encouragement, and discipline, they help build a foundation of confidence and self-worth. Children who grow up knowing they are valued and supported by their fathers tend to develop stronger self-esteem. They learn that they are worthy of respect and capable of achieving great things. This belief in themselves is often the cornerstone of future success and resilience. Beyond emotional support, fathers are instrumental in teaching their children values and principles. Through both words and actions, fathers impart lessons about honesty, responsibility, perseverance, and respect. These lessons form the moral compass that guides children as they encounter the complexities of life. A father who models integrity and fairness instills these virtues in his children, helping them develop a strong sense of right and wrong. This moral framework becomes a guiding light, helping children make wise choices even when faced with difficult situations. Fathers also influence the development of a child's social identity, their understanding of how they fit within their family, community, and culture. Children observe how their fathers interact with others, handle conflict, and fulfill their roles as providers and leaders. These observations shape the child's expectations and aspirations about relationships and responsibilities. A father who demonstrates respect and empathy towards others teaches his children the importance of compassion and cooperation, essential traits for building healthy communities. The identity shaped by fatherhood also affects gender roles and expectations. For many children, especially boys, the father is the primary role model for what it means to be a man. Through his actions, the father teaches lessons about strength, honor, and emotional expression. A positive father figure shows that true strength includes kindness and vulnerability, breaking harmful stereotypes that can limit emotional growth. For daughters, a loving and respectful father models what a healthy relationship looks like, influencing their self-esteem and future partnerships. In the absence of a father's influence, children may face significant challenges in forming a stable and positive identity. Research shows that children without involved fathers are more likely to experience behavioral problems, academic struggles, and emotional difficulties. This is because the father's role provides balance and structure that help children feel grounded and guided. When fathers engage intentionally in their children's lives, they reduce these risks and promote healthier development. Ultimately, the father's role in shaping character and identity is about more than just setting rules or providing discipline. It is about being a constant source of encouragement and an example of how to live with purpose and integrity. Through daily interactions, shared experiences, and consistent presence, Fathers leave an indelible mark on their children's hearts and minds, preparing them to face the world with confidence and a strong sense of who they are. Responsible fatherhood is a cornerstone of family unity and stability. When a father embraces his role with dedication and accountability, he becomes a pillar of strength and support that holds the family together. This stability is not only emotional but practical. It shapes the environment in which children grow and thrive. A responsible father understands that his actions, decisions, and presence directly influence the overall health and harmony of the family unit. At its core, responsible fatherhood means being fully present, physically, emotionally, and mentally. It means showing up consistently for the children, participating in their lives, and investing time and energy in their growth. Fathers who take responsibility for their role do not leave child, rearing solely to the mother or other caregivers. Instead, they actively engage in nurturing, disciplining, teaching, and loving their children. This involvement fosters a deep sense of security and belonging for children, which is essential for healthy development. When fathers are responsible, they create an environment of trust and reliability. Children learn that they can depend on their father to be there when needed, to provide guidance, and to protect them from harm. This dependable presence builds family cohesion because it reinforces the idea that the family is a safe haven where challenges can be faced together. It also encourages open communication, where children feel comfortable sharing their fears, hopes, and struggles without fear of judgment or neglect. Family stability also comes from the father's role as a provider, not just in terms of finances, but in emotional and moral support. Providing for the family means more than paying bills. It means ensuring that the emotional needs of the family members are met. Fathers who are responsible recognize the importance of being emotionally available, listening to their children and spouse, and showing empathy. This kind of provision nurtures emotional resilience and fosters strong, loving relationships within the household. Discipline is another vital aspect of responsible fatherhood. A father who understands his role provides consistent and fair discipline that teaches children boundaries and consequences. This kind of guidance helps children develop self-control, respect for authority, and accountability for their actions. Responsible discipline does not involve harshness or neglect, but is rooted in love and the desire to shape character. When children experience this kind of disciplined love, they are more likely to grow into responsible adults who contribute positively to society. Moreover, responsible fatherhood means leading by example. Fathers who live with integrity, demonstrate respect, and show commitment to their family set a powerful example for their children to follow. Children imitate what they see, so a father's behavior, whether in how he treats others, handles stress, or manages conflict, leaves a lasting imprint. This example influences not only individual family members, but also shapes the overall family culture, creating an environment where respect, responsibility, and love are valued and practiced. A responsible father also recognizes the importance of collaboration with his partner. Family unity thrives when both parents work together as a team, supporting and complementing each other's roles. This cooperation models healthy relationships for the children, teaching them how to engage in teamwork and resolve conflicts constructively. Fathers who embrace this partnership contribute significantly to a peaceful and nurturing home environment. In communities where responsible fatherhood is common, families tend to be stronger and more resilient. The positive effects ripple outward, fostering social stability and reducing issues such as crime, poverty, and dysfunction. When fathers take their responsibilities seriously, they build not only stable families but also healthier communities and societies. This demonstrates that the role of fatherhood extends beyond the home, influencing the broader social fabric through the foundation of strong, united families. Fathers have a profound influence on community values and social development. The family is often described as the basic building block of society, and fathers play a critical role in shaping the values and behaviors that extend beyond the home and into the larger community. When fathers model integrity, responsibility, and respect, these qualities are naturally transmitted to their children, who carry them into schools, workplaces, and social circles. This ripple effect helps build stronger communities grounded in shared principles and mutual respect. A father's influence on community values begins with the example he sets daily. Children learn social norms and ethical behavior primarily by observing their parents. When fathers consistently demonstrate honesty, kindness, and accountability, they teach their children how to interact positively with others. These lessons become internalized and guide children's conduct in public spaces, helping to cultivate a culture of respect and cooperation. As these children grow and engage with peers and neighbors, they contribute to creating a community environment that values trustworthiness and good citizenship. Fathers also contribute to social development by actively participating in community life themselves. When fathers take on leadership roles in schools, churches, neighborhood associations, or volunteer organizations, they model civic responsibility and community engagement. Their involvement encourages children and other families to become more invested in their surroundings, fostering a spirit of collaboration and shared purpose. This kind of active participation helps address community challenges and promotes positive social change, demonstrating the far-reaching impact of engaged fatherhood. Moreover, fathers influence community development by nurturing a sense of belonging and identity in their children. When children grow up in families where they feel loved, valued, and connected, they are more likely to become active and contributing members of their communities. A strong family foundation builds confidence and a sense of purpose, motivating individuals to give back and support the well-being of others. Fathers who encourage their children to understand their cultural, spiritual, and social heritage help preserve traditions that strengthen community bonds. The values imparted by fathers also play a crucial role in reducing social problems such as crime, substance abuse, and educational underachievement. Studies consistently show that children raised with involved, responsible fathers are less likely to engage in risky behaviors. Fathers provide discipline, guidance, and emotional support that help children develop self-control and good decision-making skills. These qualities are essential for building communities where people respect laws, seek peaceful resolutions, and strive for personal and collective growth. Fathers also influence community dynamics by shaping gender roles and expectations within the social fabric. Through their example, fathers teach their children how to relate to others with respect and dignity regardless of gender. Positive fatherhood challenges harmful stereotypes and promotes equality and empathy. This helps build communities where men and women work together harmoniously, enhancing social cohesion and collaboration. In essence, the father's role extends far beyond the walls of his home. His impact on community values and social development is both direct and indirect, through personal example, active engagement, and the nurturing of his children's character. By embracing this role with intentionality, fathers contribute to creating communities that are more compassionate, responsible, and united. This demonstrates that fatherhood is not only about nurturing individual families, but also about investing in the social fabric that binds us all together. Legacy, building through intentional teaching and example, is one of the most powerful and lasting roles a father can fulfill. A father's influence goes beyond the present moment and extends into future generations. Through deliberate actions and consistent guidance, a father shapes not only the lives of his children, but also the family's heritage and values that endure long after he is gone. This legacy becomes a living testimony to the father's commitment, love, and vision for his family. Intentional teaching means that fatherhood is not left to chance or passive involvement. It requires a conscious effort to impart wisdom, skills, and principles that children need to navigate life successfully. Fathers who embrace this responsibility recognize that their words and actions are powerful tools for shaping their children's character. They take time to teach important lessons about integrity, work ethic, respect, and faith. These lessons provide a foundation upon which children build their own lives and make decisions that reflect the values instilled in them. Leading by example is equally essential in legacy building. Children watch more than they listen. The way a father lives his life, how he treats others, handles challenges, and fulfills his responsibilities serves as a model for his children to emulate. When fathers demonstrate qualities like honesty, perseverance, humility, and kindness, they set standards for behavior that children internalize. This example becomes a guide for how to conduct themselves in relationships, careers, and community involvement. A father's life story becomes a source of inspiration and a benchmark for his children's own journeys. Legacy building also involves teaching children about their identity and purpose. Fathers who communicate a clear sense of family history, cultural roots, and spiritual beliefs help their children understand who they are and why they matter. This awareness of identity gives children a sense of belonging and confidence. It also motivates them to live intentionally and contribute meaningfully to society. A father's legacy is enriched when children grow up knowing their worth and the significance of carrying forward family values and traditions. Another critical aspect of legacy building is preparing children to become leaders and contributors in their own right. Fathers who invest in their children's education, character development, and life skills equip them to face the world with competence and integrity. This preparation empowers children to overcome obstacles, seize opportunities, and make positive impacts in their communities. The legacy of a father who teaches leadership and responsibility is a generation of individuals who continue the work of building strong families and societies. Intentional legacy building also includes cultivating resilience and hope. Fathers who encourage their children to persevere through difficulties and maintain faith in their potential help create a legacy of strength and optimism. This enduring mindset equips future generations to face challenges with courage and creativity, ensuring that the family's influence remains vibrant and relevant. The impact of a father's legacy is not confined to his immediate family. It often extends into the broader community and even future generations. The values and principles a father instills become part of the social fabric, influencing friends, neighbors, and future descendants. This ongoing influence highlights the importance of fathers consciously shaping their legacy with purpose and foresight. Through intentional teaching and living by example, fathers build a heritage that honors their commitment to family and community. This legacy shapes identities, molds character, and inspires future generations to carry forward the values and vision instilled by their fathers. It transforms fatherhood from a temporary role into a timeless gift that echoes through the ages. The impact of active fatherhood on breaking cycles of dysfunction is profound and transformative. In many communities, patterns of dysfunction, such as poverty, abuse, neglect, and broken relationship, are perpetuated across generations because the foundational structures of the family are weakened or absent. Active, engaged fatherhood offers a powerful antidote to these cycles by providing stability, guidance, and love that can alter the trajectory of individual lives and entire families. Active fatherhood means more than just being physically present. It involves intentional engagement in all aspects of a child's life. Fathers who actively participate in their children's upbringing demonstrate commitment and care that foster emotional security. This presence helps children develop trust and a sense of worth, which are critical for healthy psychological and social development. When children feel valued and supported by their fathers, they are less likely to seek validation through negative behaviors or destructive relationships. Breaking cycles of dysfunction also requires fathers to model healthy behaviors and relationships. Many patterns of dysfunction are learned through observation and experience within the family environment. Children who witness neglect, abuse, or addiction often internalize these behaviors as normal or inevitable. However, an active father who demonstrates respect, responsibility, and emotional maturity provides a different example. This modeling teaches children how to relate to others in positive ways, manage emotions, and resolve conflicts constructively. Fathers play a key role in setting expectations and boundaries that promote accountability. Active fatherhood involves guiding children toward making wise choices and understanding the consequences of their actions. This guidance helps prevent behaviors that can lead to cycles of dysfunction, such as substance abuse or criminal activity. When fathers are involved in disciplining with love and consistency, children learn self-control and respect for authority, traits that protect them from negative influences. Moreover, active fathers often serve as advocates and support systems in areas beyond the home. They engage with schools, social services, and community organizations to ensure their children have access to opportunities for growth and development. This advocacy can be critical in breaking cycles of poverty and limited access to resources. Fathers who actively invest in their children's education, health, and well-being help open doors that might otherwise remain closed. The emotional support provided by active fathers also strengthens resilience in children. Life presents many challenges, and children who have a dependable father figure are better equipped to cope with adversity. This resilience can break the cycle of despair that often accompanies dysfunction. Fathers who encourage their children, build their confidence, and teach problem-solving skills empower them to overcome obstacles and pursue positive futures. Active fatherhood also fosters healthier family relationships, which are essential for breaking cycles of dysfunction. When fathers invest time and energy in building strong connections with their children and partners, they create a nurturing environment where trust and love flourish. This environment reduces the likelihood of abuse and neglect and promotes emotional healing. Healthy family dynamics provide a stable foundation from which children can develop into well-adjusted adults. Furthermore, the influence of an active father extends beyond his immediate family. By breaking negative patterns within the home, fathers contribute to healthier communities. Children who grow up with positive father figures are more likely to become responsible citizens who contribute positively to society. This ripple effect can help reduce social problems and create environments where families and communities thrive. Ultimately, active fatherhood has the power to interrupt destructive cycles and build new legacies of hope, love, and stability. Fathers who engage deeply with their children offer them a chance to rewrite their stories, moving from dysfunction to flourishing. This transformation is not only a gift to individual families, but a vital contribution to the health and future of communities. In closing, the role of fatherhood is far greater than many realize. It is a divine calling that shapes not only individual families, but the very foundation of our communities and societies. When fathers step into their God-given purpose, with intentionality, love, and responsibility, they become the architects of character, the builders of legacy, and the healers of broken cycles. Their influence ripples outward, creating families rooted in stability, children grounded in identity, and communities thriving on shared values. Fatherhood is a leadership role that demands courage, presence, and vision. It requires men to rise up, not just to provide, but to guide, nurture, and inspire. In doing so, fathers transform lives, break chains of dysfunction, and leave a lasting heritage that honors God's design for family and society. The strength of any nation lies in the strength of its families, and the strength of families begins with the committed, purposeful father. Let us embrace this calling with passion and dedication, knowing that through responsible fatherhood, we build more than just homes, we build futures. The legacy we leave today will echo through generations, shaping the world for tomorrow.